What haircut are we giving you today, brother?
So I was thinking, like, I'm really liking the flow. I've been growing it out for a bit, and I just kind of like want to maintain as much as possible. But I really dig like the burst fade look.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna give you something in between, just so it doesn't look like a full hog.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give it that illusion of a mullet either.
Okay.
So it's like I'm just probably just gonna take it in between right here, match it to the ear, and still, you know, go a little higher. But you know, essentially, I just want to keep all this flow right here. Is that cool?
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Bet. Let's get it.
Bet.
Bet. Okay, so we're gonna start our burst fade with our number 4 guard lever open using my JRLs. I'm gonna take this guideline from here and stop it and align it right here with this earlobe. So it's very important for you guys not to go all the way up. I'm just gonna scoop up. We're trying to conserve all of this weight up here. All right guys, so in order for us to keep this really dark and not really extend the fade over here like a full hog, we're gonna start the guideline almost right here at the peak right here, and at the end. So just align it with this earlobe. We have more room towards this side. We have less room over here. So we can take the burst fade a little bit higher on this side. With the lever open now, we're gonna set it fingers width guideline. Just gently gliding up. You guys see how the guideline, everything matches? All right guys, so how we're gonna blend out this line is gonna be 3/4 to closed. So let's put it 3/4 right here. I'm gonna start from the ear to the temple, and then I'm gonna work from over here to over here. So you guys wanna separate your guys' blending to parts of the head. So we're not going all the way to the top with our lever in the 3/4 position. We're hitting it almost to the top, but just grazing a little bit. So then we can go midway. Now we're gonna attack the guideline at the midway point. We're not gonna go any higher than that. We're gonna close it and then hit the beginning of the line. So once we're done blending that side, now we can work on the other side and just repeat the same thing. It's a little tricky when you guys are working with tighter fades because you guys have to kind of like angle the machine. So my lever's in the middle. The quarter closed now. We're almost all the way at the closed position. I'm gonna close it and just gently tap the beginning of the line. Make sure you guys are careful. You guys don't want to push that line all the way up. That line's blended. We're gonna move on to the next step, which is the 1 guard lever open. We're gonna do the same thing. Make sure the guideline measures a finger's length. Just gently gliding this up, feathering. Next thing is, guys, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go 3/4 to closed, but this step, it's not really gonna blend out the line. It's just gonna really just soften it and get it ready for the next step. So the same thing applies, guys. You guys just have to kind of stick with the system. We're gonna go midway now. Go a little bit lower. And I'm gonna close my lever and hit that beginning of the line. We have that 1.5 line. We're gonna attach our 0.5 guard, and we're gonna go midway point of this line, going with the lever open right here. So essentially we were kind of like splitting this line in half. Midway. I'm gonna close it all the way. It's really important, you guys. I'm actually pulling his ear like this to the side to get more room. You guys have to be able to maneuver around the client because we are working with the tight space. We're number 2 guard now. Same thing, we want trimmer line, half, 1 guard lever open, and we're gonna do the same thing with a 2 guard lever open now. It's super important though that we just graze up. We feather the hair, so it makes it easier to blend that bulk in. So you guys wanna keep that fade nice and dark. I'm gonna close it now. And everything's gonna come together when we use our 1.5 guard. Now with the 1.5 guard, we're gonna go 3/4 to close. At the end of the 1.5, that's where we're going 3/4 to close. So essentially we're bringing together that 2 guard lever open with the 1.5 guard. So now it's open, kind of just flicking up, and I'm gonna close it. Kind of just doing lever play to an extent, guys. So I do tell you guys to go 3/4 to close, but if it's already kind of almost blended, you guys just have to use your eyes. And if there's dark spots at the top, you know, open the lever. If it's closer towards the bottom, you guys want to close it. That's what lever play is. So for the C-cup area, we want to make sure we keep everything as natural as possible. So since his hair is growing this way, comb it this way, I'll just go against the hair growth. Then you work your way back. With the 3 guard lever open, we're gonna go a slightly bit above, and remember we used the 4 guard lever open. So we're connecting the 3 guard lever open to the base. Now we're gonna start detailing our work, guys. So we're gonna start first with our YS part comb. Using my faded culture shears, we're gonna work this area and then this back area. So just by applying right here, we're gonna just work that little gap right there. And since this comb is kind of thick, it kind of gives you guys room for air because we're only attacking the 1.5 line. So as you guys work your way up, you guys want to pull out the comb. And this is called point cutting. I'm not necessarily closing my scissors all the way. Now I'm gonna start working this back area. The way that we're gonna bald out the bottom line, we're gonna start first with our trimmer like this. And remember we set that guideline there? We're just kind of just gently flick up with a trimmer like this. Do the same thing at the bottom. You guys don't have to take it all the way to the top. Kind of just gently flicking up, flicking up. Shaver now, very gently at the bottom. Nothing too crazy.